This is a complex number question where we are asked to find the values of x and y, given that the argument of z plus z itself is equal to 6 minus 2i. We're going to be using several several complex number properties, more specifically, to solve this problem. So we dive into this equation right away, and you essentially have to find the argument of x plus iy. That might sound difficult considering the fact that we don't know what x and y are, but if you know that the argument is just the square root of the real number plus the square root of the imaginary part, then you're all set, because essentially this is your argument. We're trying to find x and y, and we're going to find it. So we add the argument to the complex number itself. We're told that z is this. So the argument plus x plus iy, which you can put in brackets just so that you don't get confused, is equal to, we are told, 6 minus 2i. And one of the properties of complex numbers is that you can equate the real parts with the real parts and the imaginary parts with the imaginary parts. We're going to make use of that in order to split this and actually find what x and y are. So the x and y are both real numbers because they're just some constants, just some numbers. And so we're going to create two equations now, one of which is all the real numbers, which is this, plus x is equal to 6. So we have used all the real numbers, and we're left with all the imaginary ones, and that are I times y is equal to minus 2i. You can do this with complex numbers, this is legal. And what we do now here, first of all, is we want to get rid of the square root, and we do that by first subtracting x from both sides. This looks a bit like a 4, it's a plus. So now we get that the square root of, so basically the argument is equal to 6 minus x. And so if we square both sides, we get that x squared plus y squared is equal to 36 minus 2 times 6 times x, and then the square root, this minus x squared. You get this. And from here, we use this equation to simply get that y is equal to minus 2, because you can eliminate the i's, divide both sides by I. Then you put this y equals minus 2 into this equation to get x squared plus 4, because minus 2 squared is 4, is equal to 36. And then 12 times 2 is going to be 48. And then, oh, sorry, what did I just do? I don't have to do this. It's minus 12x. And something was funny. Plus x squared. So we're just putting minus 2 into the y. And you can get rid of the x squared, subtract x squared from both sides, to get that minus 12x is equal to minus 32, because we have now subtracted 36 from both sides. From this, that we get that x is equal to 32 over 12, or which is equivalent to minus 32 over 12, which is equal to 8 over 3. And then that is your value of x, and that is your value of y, and that's your answer.